Alrighty, this is the video y'all been waiting for. I don't know why I introed like that, but it's about pumping. So, what is pumping? That is the aim of this video. I'm gonna talk to you. It's like a pumping 101. What is pumping? How do you pump? Who pumps? Why you pump? Can I pump? Let's pump. So first of all, obviously, all this information is from my great friend Skylar. Tumblr is gendercube.tumblr.com. He is fantastic with all this information. Some of it is from personal experience from me that I'm like gonna talk about, but a lot of the information that I'm gonna be talking about is from him. So obviously I wanna give him credit because like I'm not gonna be like plagiarizing all of his work. He's my really great friend and I just wanna like say that he's great and let's just go on to pumping. So trigger warning, I'm gonna be talking about genitals. So what is pumping? Pumping is the act of basically using a pump of some sort on your genitals, so your enlarged clit. I don't like using that word because I don't want to trigger anybody's dysphoria, sorry. So I'm just gonna call it your dick from now on, okay? So you're putting a pump on it and you're pumping it so that it becomes bigger. I think one of the most common questions that I get is literally, can I pump if I'm pre-T? Of course you can pump if you're pre-T. You can pump whenever you want. Literally nothing bad can happen from you pumping pre-T, on T, 12 years on T, it doesn't matter. There is no research out there that proves that pumping pre-T actually will help you later on. But I mean, you're not losing anything from it. If you're gonna start T like anyways later on, might as well just get the pump now and start and get into the routine. Then when you're on T, you're like gonna double your growth. I'm like, don't quote me on that. I'm just saying like, you can do it if you're pre-T, basically. Alrighty, so where do you get a pump? What does a pump even look like? Is it one of those big old penis pumps? Obviously not. Okay, we don't have dicks that big. But, I mean, we wish we did, some of us, I guess. I'm talking like a robot. I'm gonna stop now. So this is the pump that I have. I think this is the most common pump that everybody has. You can pump it like that. It comes with 3 cylinders in size, so you can actually decide what size your junk is. Usually most people start with the smallest one. I have actually used the middle one and even the bigger one, and I'll tell you why in a couple of seconds. So you can buy this pump on Amazon.com. .ca is a little more expensive, or you can buy it on Early to Bed. And I mean, it comes like discreetly in a box, but I do have to warn you, the actual box that this is packaged in is like pink, and it's from the company like Size Matters, and it says like in big letters like clitoris enlarger. So like if you're like super uncomfortable with like all of this pink and like female implications on the packaging, I'm just warning you that's what happens. So like if you open it and you're seeing all that, you don't like go crazy, you know it's there. If you do not have any money to buy a pump, that's fine. There are homemade ones that you can make, DIY ones. There's one on YouTube that I will link right here, down there, wherever you want. So you can actually make it, I believe it's with like a syringe, like a big syringe, like it's kind of like a syringe like this size, and you use the tip thing and it works like that. There's actually a different kind of pump that I've seen online, and it's, I actually bought it. I don't know where I put it. Like I moved and like all of my shit's everywhere. Hold on, never mind. I thought I knew where it was, but it wasn't there. So it's like a cylinder like this, cut in half like that, and there's a like a corkscrew, a screw, I don't know what it's called, I'm French, like I don't know, whatever, and you screw it up. So when you screw it, the thing goes up like that and it creates a suction. Honestly, I've seen pictures on Tumblr of people using it and they like it. Holy shit, I cannot use it. Maybe my junk is too big or something like that, but when I use it, it gets caught in the thing that goes up and starts twisting up. Holy, oh, it hurts so much, don't do it, oh my god. Oh. So that's just my recommendation for that. But yeah, you can get the pump or you can make your pump. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that I use the medium one, but sometimes the bigger one, is because when you're using it, so this is like an explanation, when you're using it, you put your dick in and you have to make sure that it doesn't touch the sides, because obviously you're trying to get it suction. If it touches the side, you're kind of like doing that thing where the cork and it's just going up together and it's not fun. Because I am fairly large in size from what people have been telling me, I've used this one, but my junk kind of touches the side, so I've used this one before. It's a bit too big, but it kind of just like sucks up everything, but I kind of like alternate between these two. So what I was saying, you're gonna put your dick in here, make sure it doesn't touch the sides, and then you're gonna start pumping. Now the really great thing on this pump is that there's an emergency release valve, so if the suction gets too much, you can just press it and it completely stops and like out, so that's great. I would really recommend that you actually use lube so that there's less friction and it's actually easier to go in and like easy to pull. Yeah. There's no like direct research that I found that talk about pumping makes your junk bigger, but honestly, most of the people that I've talked to that I have pumped have have grown. And there's no like specific amount, like 1 inch or like 0.5 of an inch that people have grown. Everybody is different. But I went to the Philly Trans Health Conference, and I went to Marcy Bauer's bottom surgery talk, and she talked about people who would like a clitoral release or metoidioplasty or something like that. It's really recommended that you actually start pumping before, because you want your dick to be as big as possible, because when you do the release, it actually looks even bigger than you actually thought. So if you want to get started on pumping, what you're gonna do, you have to get your body used to it. You can't just go like right away for 30 minutes and leave it on like that. What you're going to do is you're actually going to do it in intervals of 5 to 10 minutes for the first couple of days. So you put this on your junk, and what's really great about this pump that I really like is that if you go ahead and pump it, so it's like pumping, pumping, and then your junk is in there and it's secure, you can just release this and you can walk around the house with this on your junk. I mean, like, don't walk around, like, do jumping jacks. You can go sit down on the couch, watch TV, but you can actually just do that so it doesn't take up all of your time. You don't have to stay there with the pump, like, After you've done the 5 to 10 minute intervals, then the week after you can actually move on to 15 to 20 minutes, and then after that, the next week, you can actually go on to the full 30 to 45 minutes. It is recommended that you pump at least 5 times a week in those, like, 35, 40, 45 minute intervals, whatever, but don't pump more than 3 times a day. Honestly, if you pump and there's like friction and you're pumping too much and it hurts, and that could actually cause bruising. You could actually pop some blood vessels, like nerve damage. You don't want any of that to happen to your junk, because that's going to be even more painful. If you feel that it's hurting, stop. Go back to doing like 5 to 10 minute intervals. Maybe use the bigger one because you're like touching the sides. Maybe you're not using lube or so on. So that's really recommended. I don't know if that's like clear, but yeah. So this was an introduction to pumping. I am actually going to start pumping instead of doing DHT. I explained it all in another video. You can take a look at the dhtgrowth.tumblr.com. That's my blog where I talk about growth, but now it's not really about DHT, it's just about pumping, but whatever. I'm gonna post like pictures and talk about it and so on. But if you're interested in pumping, I really hope that this video was like at least somewhat like great information, like helpful, at least a little bit. You got some information. If I talk too loud, click on the links below. It really explains everything that I just talked about. I just like to do it in like a talking way on YouTube. And obviously the most important thing is have fun. Do the do. All right? That's it. If you have any questions, please let me know, or you can ask Skylar, which is like gendercube.tumblr.com. Have a great week.